What's up everyone, and today I have a new Pokemon Sun and Moon video for you all. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions of what I think will be the types of both legendaries for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So let's get started. Alright, so I know some of you are thinking, how in the world are you going to come up with these predictions if there's not even any info on these games yet? Well, you're right, the only information we have is that there's at least 10 new Pokemon and the game logos, but check this out. The logos are actually the only thing we need to know, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so if you take every logo into perspective with its own legendary, there is always a color connection, either literally or by the jewel it's named after. Let's start with Pokemon Sun right off the bat. Red, sun, hot, fire. There's probably the easier one of the two, but let's just come up with a secondary typing just in case. The only other thing I could relate to with the sun would be flying because, you know, it's up in the sky, but we already have a fire flying legendary. In fact, we have multiple legendary Pokemon that secondary typing is flying, and so far there have been no duplicates when it comes to dual types on box arts. Let's assume the two legendaries will be completely opposites of each other. The sun is light and the moon is out during the dark. Now, since there is no light type in Pokemon, the closest thing we have, in my opinion, is fairy type. Therefore, my prediction for the Pokemon Sun legendary is fire type, and if there is a secondary type, it would be fire fairy Pokemon to push the fairy type, which is still new in Pokemon games, making it a first of its kind. Now, as far for the Moon legendary, this one will be the trickier of the two to figure out. Some legendary duos are super effective against one another, but that's not always the case. What we can conclude though from the logo, just like Sun, is the color scheme. Let's say it'll be a dark blue color and get the obvious one out of the way. The moon is out during the night when it's dark out, so let's give it a primary type of dark. Now, not just because one legend has two types means the other must as well, but of course let's just assume we have to add another one. My prediction would be dark water because once again the color blue, and if you want to get more detail, check this out. The moon is out at nighttime, which is when there are higher tides in the ocean, therefore water covering more area. But if you want to go more in depth, check this out. In Japanese mythology, Amaterasu, see I told you I knew Japanese, was the goddess of the sun and universe. Amaterasu had two brothers, the first Tsukuyomi, who is the god of the moon, and her second brother, Susanoo, was the god of storms and the sea. Knowing how in-depth the developers like to go with the legendary Pokemon, there could be some kind of connection. This would mean that the moon legendary will have the type advantage to the sun legendary, and we have actually been in this situation before. Therefore, my predictions are that the sun legendary would be fire fairy, but I would say that the moon would only be dark, and if there was a secondary type, it would be water. So that's my predictions. We're gonna have one dual type and one's gonna be singular. Well, there you have it, my predictions for the legendaries for Pokemon Sun and Moon with all the information available to us. Don't worry, we're not done here yet because I plan on uploading a Sun and Moon legendary designs video next week with the information I gave out in today's video. So make sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on it, and of course, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know what you all think in the comments. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you all later.